Top of the morning, everybody. Welcome to Cowboys, Trailers, and Ranches. I'm Jimbo. Today, we are at Producers Co-op in New Braunfels, Texas. Got a special host and co-host, Miss Audrey Cunningham with Farnam. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
this is awesome.
This is awesome. This is awesome. And I love how you got this all set up. We got Farnam products on the left, Farnam products on the right.
Absolutely.
And we got a little Pendleton whiskey, as always, right in the front.
Absolutely.
I hope you're
Absolutely.
a Pendleton whiskey fan.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. This is going to be fun. So I am excited to hear about someone other than myself that pounds the pavement, travels the road, has done it for a long time. And so give me a kind of a background. What's your typical day look like for Farnam?
Yes, sir. So I am the manufacturer representative for Farnam, and I call on the independent retailers. So I have 98 retailers that I call on. In the states of Texas, Louisiana, and the southern part of Mississippi. So I represent the manufacturer for the brands Farnam, Horse Health Products, and VitaFlex Pro. So I go into the stores and I offer them quarterly discounts on our programs. I have marketing funds that I work with specific key dealers to run promotions on our products. I help them launch new products. I will sell to customers at shelf. I hang coupons, I merchandise. I do all the stuff and things. They do not buy directly from me. That's a part of the distribution channels that we have. So they're loaded into big distributors. That my dealers will buy them from the distributors. Right. So I get to have the fun aspect of the job of outside sales. So that's I pound the pavement, but I get to provide a lot of value to my dealers.
Right.
So lots of educational trainings that for their sales associates, and then also just I truly enjoy just selling directly to the customers at shelf. So that's awesome.
Way cool. So with that accent, you did not grow up here.
No, sir.
So Texas got an accent, but it's not that. So where'd you grow up? How fast and when did you get to Texas?
Yes, sir. So I actually was born in Jackson, Mississippi, and I grew up in Tupelo, which is the birthplace of Elvis. So I was in Mississippi girl, and I had Texas on my mind. So when I was 19, I took a job loping cutting horses, and I moved to Texas. Right, that was my first time, and then since then, I've lived for college and for work reasons. I've lived up in North Texas, East Texas, Southeast Texas, and then now I'm enjoying Central Texas.
Wow, you have covered the state.
I have for work and for personal residence.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Hill Country, kind of where it's at.
It is. It's a lot of growth in the market just for my work. It's a lot of growth, but it's just great to be centrally located because I enjoy. I have very large accounts down in South Texas, Edinburgh and Mission and Laredo. So I need to be where I can get to my dealers and then still serve those that are in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth. So there's lots of business to do in Texas.
So you got a big territory or not?
I do. So I actually have the largest territory of all the sales reps nationally. So in terms of miles driven, so I'm on the road 4 days a week, and then I have one home office day. So I'm averaging about 6,000 miles a month right now. So that's a lot of miles driven.
Wow. Yeah, you do cover a little bit.
The state of Texas is like 4 or 5
well, I was going to say
that's
big. That's big enough, right? Yeah. I mean, that's you can go from here to El Paso, and I mean dealers in between, and not get there by a week, right?
Oh, correct, absolutely. So that's why I tried really hard to get a spot in Central Texas where I could live, where I would leave out and be able to come back, because I still have horses at the house that I still want to be able to fit in some riding time for myself, which
tell me about that.
It's very
how's that going?
Yeah. Not well at the moment. I hadn't won but $44 this year, so I'm enjoying. I have a younger horse, and then I have 18-year-old mare that is finished, ready to go. I just am not in shape, and I am not able to keep her in top shape riding time. So we're just, we're definitely like the fair weather ropers when we show up. It is hit and miss.
Weekends, because that's all we can do.
That's all. That is it. That is it. So sometimes she gets drug along and to places that she just is like, are we really ready for this? Not really sure.
Are you finally home?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you just got here to hook up the trailer, throw me on, and leave again.
Awesome. So tell her. I mean, because there's some people out there, obviously, that don't know what Farnam is, what company. What kind of company, how big they are, and what's their versatility in the Western industry.
In the Western industry, yes, sir. So Central Garden Pet is the owner of the brands, the Farnam Horse Health and VitaFlex Pro. They are a industry leader. So in the pet division, they also have a gardening sector to it, and it's a $3 billion company. So they cover a lot of brands in general, and just of categories for the consumer. So
Wow.
Farnam is 75 years old. The brand.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time. It was established before Central Garden Pet acquired them. And they have wound care, leather care, supplements. They're the leader in the fly control categories, rodenticides. So we have a lot of different products that have been tried and true. And then we have a wonderful innovation team that are constantly improving upon formulas, and then also just keeping up with the industry in terms of product design, what needs to be improved on. We won an award for our shampoo bottles this past couple years, and sprayers, so application of the product. So like having a 360-degree sprayer that you can, more of like a continuous spray, but it doesn't have the defects of some of the canisters like aerosols. So
Right
it they've done a lot of different really cool stuff to keep the industry moving forward. Wonderful cutting edge products. And then the VitaFlex Pro line is supplements and liniments that are leg care for performance horses. So that is the top of the top when it comes to that. So it's a lot more technical products to have to sell, but they work beautifully. So that's what, at the end of the day, that's what you want, the best for your performance horses.
Absolutely. So across the board, Farnam, everything for the horse, obviously, but are they, and I think I've read, because I've been around their products quite a bit over my life, but they're the big hitters. They're number one.
They are industry leading. Yes, sir. So we have definitely kept and maintained that position. We do not like it when we see that we are losing.
Number two.
Yes, we do not like that. So that is, and that's part of my job as boots on the ground, to make sure that my product is merchandised in front of my consumers, that they are still educated, especially there's new blood in the feed store, and in the independent retailers, so sales associates that might not have used it firsthand, but there are products that people have had their grandparents use, and they saw it in the barn. So it's a very trusted brand when it comes to for the best for your horse care.
Right. Oh, I can remember as a kid growing up, Farnam products out in the barn, or out in the cabin room, or out where we did all the vaccine. I mean, I remember that product even when I was growing up. So that's pretty cool that you can say that you work and you ride for the brand, for the best brand, right?
That's sir. Cool. Absolutely. That's in sales. Cool. That is what you want, though, too. It's easy. It's very easy, and I love my job. But it's very easy to represent the best. It makes a difference when you can sell a product that
a little easier to get up in the morning.
Yeah, it really is. So it's not that it's a low pressure sale. No sales are low pressure, but at the end of the day, the product themselves speak the quality.
Right.
When the consumer uses it, so
absolutely.
that makes a big difference.
I agree. I totally agree, and I can attest. I can attest to this product because I've used it over the years, and What would you say? What's your typical day look like? What's your typical day look like all the way up to your typical week?
So because I'm on the road 4 days a week and I get to pick my office day, some dealers are open door policy. I get to come and go as I need.
Right.
Others that I need to set appointments with. So I have to make sure I'm on top of my territory mapping and schedule to get those appointments and adjust my road time accordingly to hit those appointments. So everybody is different. Every store is different. Their consumers are different. So sometimes mornings work better for them. Every dealer is different. They really are. And so sometimes they can sit down with me in the morning. Sometimes I have to find them when they're eating their lunch. Sometimes it's at the end of the day that they can hear my programs or, new product pitches. So I've had to learn that did take some time and trial and error. But so I try to get car packed, all the merchandising like POP that I need to take or coupons. I load my car on Sunday night, and Monday morning I am on the road. So I take my meetings on. We have WebEx, which is similar to Zoom, and I'll take it. Yeah. I take them in the car. I'll pull up at a gas station or at the rest stop, and I'll do my meetings just so that I can buy road time. That's awesome. So I love those virtual backgrounds, man. Those are awesome.
Do you like Zoom?
Dude,
do you like Zoom? Zoom calls. Do you like them?
I do. I feel like it allows me to be accessible to our team because the marketing team for Farnam is in Phoenix, Arizona. So I would never typically have communication or like run into them. And it's really nice because the Zoom connects us. I feel like it connects the team and the industry as a whole a lot nicer. It's really convenient technology. It's
it is, and I'm sure it is from a company standpoint. It's either fly everybody in, right?
Absolutely.
For meetings,
expensive,
right? Exactly, costs, right? Or get on a screen, get on a computer, and get everybody on that way. So
yes, sir. So I think it's a wonderful tool.
Right.
It's a great tool to keep everybody in communication. And
I'm just not a fan of them. I just not, because you get on a screen, you get on a Zoom call, and you're like, dude, did you just wake up? People look so different. Am I wrong?
The lighting, I think people need to be more conscious of the lighting that they are in, and the camera is unforgiving if you have not done your hair and makeup. But
I'm sure that's pretty vain, but I'm like, no, I don't like them for that.
It is. We have a cameras on policy, so I feel like a lot of people you learn really quickly where your favorite spot is to do it with the light, and so that you don't look like you're like in the witness protection program. Backlit is not the way to go when it comes to Zoom.
I would just be like, dude, let's just hear your voice.
Yes, exactly. That's when you go. No
picture,
cameras.
just voice.
Absolutely, it's definitely an interesting. I think reading into people though, you want to see their expression. Tone and expression is wonderful, but the camera is definitely unforgiving.
Yeah, I know. That's just me. All right. So, how many weeks out of the year do you travel, ma'am?
So, 50.
How much?
50 weeks.
50?
50. So I am on there. So I get my 2 weeks vacation, and so I'm on the road. So 4 days. So 4 days a week, and one office day. So it is. You have to be dedicated.
Wow. I think when I was traveling, I think the worst year was 40 for me. 40 weeks, which I thought was.
A lot.
Right.
It's
right?
a lot.
You don't think about it, right? Because you just keep going, right? Every week you just keep going. You don't stop. People like her and I don't like to stop, can't sit still. I'm guessing very long anyway. But then you look back and you're like, holy crap.
It is a lot, and I think a lot of people don't realize how driving is wearing. It is tiring.
It is.
But I do think being able just to put your head down. It is very meditative I feel like, to go and drive. And I do enjoy it. And some of my dealers, I'll hit a lot closer to me sometimes, if I feel like it's burning me out. But at the end of the day, what excites me is getting there and selling product. So if it takes getting up at early morning, I am willing to do it when I get there and build a beautiful end cap and can sell that product. So it is worth that.
You got the sales bug for sure.
Absolutely.
You were born to do this.
Yes, sir. I feel that way.
Yeah. So what's your favorite out of Texas? I'm gonna give you a couple of them. What's your favorite place to go in Texas? And you can think of your favorite dealer, or you can just think of your favorite place to go while you're traveling in Texas. What's your favorite place?
I think the most mind-blowing for me place was going down to Edinburgh, Texas, going to the Valley. That was just a different area I've never covered, never was down there before. And the people there, they're wonderful people. Their dialect is very different for Texas.
It's a different
region.
You don't even, it's almost like you're not in Texas.
Correct. Right? Absolutely.
So that's the real, for everybody out there, the Rio Grande Valley, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. South Texas.
South Texas. So I love going down to Edinburgh, and then they're real, casual, laid back, super
cool people,
just great people. Yeah. That in volume sales, it was shocking for me to see the volume. I mean, pallets and pallets of red cell and lactonase and just one bite bars. And they do great business, but then you're driving and you're passing the Kennedy Ranch, the King Ranch, and you drive.
That part of it's cool.
It is really neat. So I love being able, you never know what you're going to see running through there. And then, of course, I really enjoy going to South Padre Island. So that's down there. Yes. So it's like 34 miles, and it's beautiful. It's an oasis.
Yeah, prettiest beach in Texas, which I know a lot of people are like, there's no pretty beaches in Texas. Yes, that's somewhat true. But if you have to pick one, South Padre.
South Padre. Oh, hands down. It is beautiful. Beautiful.
Right. I learned to surf there.
Did you really?
I swear. I learned to surf in South Padre. I know you're like, they don't have surf there. They do.
They do.
They really do.
It is a beach town.
It is. It's totally a great vibe. I love Padre. Padre.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you cover Texas, Mississippi,
and
Louisiana. Okay. Yes, so I know it's back home, but what's your favorite place to hang out or stop in Louisiana or Mississippi?
Louisiana, I don't care where it is. When you are on I-10, you go through 3 different sections of Cajun, and there are some.
Careful.
Yes, no, they're great. I love it. It is. You just have so much different accents from depending on just how culturally rooted they are, and it is just awesome. I love it. Fried chicken improves tenfold if you can get to Louisiana, and then when you get to Mississippi, it's like 20 times better. So you can get chicken on a biscuit in the morning or sausage biscuits. I love it. Going through Louisiana. Vinton, Louisiana has the Delta Downs racetrack, and that's one of my largest accounts in Louisiana. And
really?
Yes, sir. Wow. So they have the highest volume of racehorses come through there, and it is a great store. I mean, they have a lot of product, have all the knowledge to sell the product. So I enjoy stopping there. And then in Core Feed in Folsom, Louisiana, it's not what I was expecting. Super equestrian driven community. So they have beautiful farms and just horse country, rolling green hills and big trees. So it's beautiful. I love going over there. And so either one of those little stops, I do not mind at all going to call on them. I love it when they call me to come by.
Very cool. Love that. Could you see yourself doing anything else?
I cannot. I really could not.
I read that the first time I met you. I'm like, wow. This gal loves what she does.
I love my job. I love my job. I love the products that I represent, and I love my dealers. I could not ask for better. So I am definitely prejudiced when it comes to. I believe that I have the best territory to cover.
Right on. I know you, and you do. You really do. I mean, that's those 3 states for equine. I mean, that's a great territory. It's a great territory. Great people. great ranches, great horse farms.
Oh
horse
man,
ranches.
yeah, they do a lot of business to be the number one territory for the nation, and also for just I believe it's also the environment factors that help this to be great horse country. A lot of things happen, but you're able. It's the southern region. It's great weather year round. You can ride and rope, year round. You're not having to put things up for the winter for snow. It's great weather. I love it.
Yeah.
The only thing
Snow
is,
no bueno.
no, I can't hang.
Snow's no bueno.
So my South Mississippi region, it changes. So in Texas and Louisiana, horses are a business for a lot of these farms, and I feel like in more down that South Mississippi, it's more like a recreational thing. It brings people together, their families. They like to ride, and so it just shifts. It's a shift in the consumer.
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of people don't realize or don't think about Mississippi as a horse state, or a lot of equine facilities in Mississippi. And there's a lot. I mean,
they're great. There's
great
a lot of facilities and horse trainers and horse breeders that are
Tunica.
there. Tunica. I mean, you've got
Tunica.
You've got
Jackson, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely, for the Dixie National.
Dixie National.
I
Yes,
mean,
ma'am.
that is one of the headlining rodeos, especially for the southeastern region. But they are overlooked, and I believe it's because the niceties of the people. We kind of let things roll up, and people roll over us from Mississippi just for the reason that it's a smaller state and there's not as many. It's not as many that come from there that are still competitive, but it's just part of the South. They enjoy it too, and they'll but they are a competitive force that comes from there. Just small and mighty comes from Mississippi.
Right, absolutely. Small and mighty. Is that your motto?
That is what I felt like. It was either I was going to have to sink or swim when I came to Texas. I knew I was going to have to fight my way through just not being from here.
Well,
so.
we're glad you found Texas. That's for
sure. Yes, sir. Me too.
Sure.
I did try to get here as fast as I could.
I think everybody says that. I know I did. When I was growing up, I couldn't wait to get to Texas. I mean, could not wait. I mean, I always dreamed about it, and I always talked about it. I always watched it on TV. I read about it. I mean, so I get you.
Yes, it was.
It's the greatest country on earth.
It definitely, they think it is. I will say it was for all the education that I've received, to be able to then go and get my driver's license changed from Mississippi to a Texas resident, that was probably one of the most monumental moments. My parents thought that was great. They were like, "Wow, you've made it."
I'm official.
Absolutely, the stamp on there. So
absolutely. So I got something to talk to you about, ma'am. Word on the street has it that you rope calves.
I do.
Ooh,
So, I actually grew up writing English. I grew up.
You did?
Yes, sir. So I started.
Would not guess that.
Yeah, actually, of all the things to do, we did hunter jumper, dressage, and fox hunting at the Oak Grove Hunt Club over in the Mid-South. So that was really fun. And then I saw my first Northeast District 4-H horse show, and I saw them goat tie and breakaway rope. And that was what I wanted to do. That was it. So I thought, so the more I got into it, of course, I had to get lessons to learn how to do that. This was junior high, and had to turn my jumping pony into a breakaway horse, which I know that is not what anybody recommends, to have to use what you have, but hey, that's all I had. So we ended up doing that, and I thought there is no greater discipline than tying down calves, because your horse has to work independently. That's the only discipline that I know of, that your horse has its own job, and then you, the rider, the roper, you have your own job. So I thought that is the ultimate. To me, that was the ultimate. So I dedicated a lot of time, learn how to rope the neck, and then once I figured out how and had some help getting tying down for the first time, I think you have to get clotheslined a couple times, rope them deep, get up, you just start running around the arena,
kind of fall down your rope on flanking.
Yes, absolutely. so you have to, then eventually you get your horsemanship up and you start roping a lot sharper, I will say. So that's what I enjoy. I compete in the breakaway and tie down with the Women's Professional Rodeo Association. And then I was so proud to earn points at the American Quarter Horse Association in the open senior tie down on my mares. So
yeah, you were up to QHA, right?
I did, yes, sir. So my mares, we got to compete against the men. And I thought, you know what, if you want to be the best, you got to rope with the best.
Did you go to Congress for that?
Good.
Where'd you go?
Didn't. I was at the time they had quarter horse shows in Memphis, Tennessee. So I was getting my master's at Union University, and so I would go over to Memphis, and then they had the Mississippi Quarter Horse Association had some horse shows, so I'd go down to Meridian, and on a fluke, they had a flat rate for the horse show, so I entered my roping horses in the ranch horse versatility classes. So we actually went to the world show for that, but that was just something that I was like, all right, we'll learn it as we go. So having to memorize patterns again was, yeah, but hey, my horse scored really good. She got 1.5 points doing the dragging the log. So I was like, that's perfect. That's what a tie down horse should get.
Exactly. Wow. Well, I can absolutely promise you and promise everybody out there that's watching and listening right now, this is the first. I've never, and I know a lot, I know quite a few, I shouldn't say a lot, I know quite a few hunter jumper dressage ladies over the period of my life. And I've never known one that decided she was going to get out of the English saddle and rope calves. That's cool. That's cool shit. I have never heard of that.
Okay, yeah, no, I think it takes a special readiness to actually, or desire to have to do that. But no, I did. I just love it. I don't know how to explain it. It just that was just something I wanted to do, and I get to do it.
Wow,
so
that's
living the dream.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's seriously, because they're two different far equitations, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you got jumping horses that's all they do. And then you go from that to straight up cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah, cowboy. That's what you do.
Cowboy,
Absolutely. No, it was.
Awesome.
I will say, I had to churn and burn. I had to sell a lot of horses because they were great fit for what I used to do, but I had to get a whole new set just to, I had to get something that would score a little better, had a little more cow to them.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
It takes a transition. So it took many years to learn and to get there, but I finally got to do it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. That's awesome. All right. So I've got a question for you. Another question, obviously. So we come up with a question for all of our guests. And it's an industry question. And my question to you is, if you could change one thing in this industry, in our Western industry, to keep it Western, what would it be?
I would open up the arena gates. So I think, before this job, I went to,
the barn open.
Yes, open them up. I did therapeutic riding lessons and then able-bodied riding lessons. And I found the most progression out of my riders on horses if I would just take them out riding, out in the pasture. And I realized you have to, evaluate risk and liability. But, when you would have a safe situation, I'd turn my roping calves out in a pasture and we'd round them up and drive them, put them back in the arena. And the riders and the horses, it just opens their mind, gives them lots of confidence. It's just a great thing. And I think so many people lock themselves into the arena to work on their discipline or to work on their sport. And I think more people would be interested in the industry when they have more fun. So I think
just get out and ride.
Just get out and ride. I think that would be the best thing.
That's it. I never heard anybody put it that way. That's good. That's good advice, because I think everybody gets in this box, right?
Absolutely.
And that box includes a big arena. And everybody thinks that they can't ride anywhere else but in an arena.
Yes, sir.
Where you just said that makes all the sense in the world, because most people grow up on a farm, on a ranch, and they're out riding across pastures, across arroyos, across cornfields, right?
Yeah,
Wherever,
absolutely.
right?
Soybean fields.
So absolutely. So that's good. That's good advice. That's good advice.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So
That's
you still do a lot of therapeutic riding for kids? I mean, helping kids or?
I don't anymore. I keep my certification current, so I got to keep continuing ed hours, and I do teach a small number of hours, like 20 to 40 hours a year in total that I would do teaching. So it's not full time for me, but I did want to keep my certifications. I got my master level, which was level 4 of Western and level 4 English with jumping with the Certified Horsemanship Association. So I still enjoy teaching, but it's more of a clinic setting. I've done 23 clinics so far, and out of 4 different states. So
Wow.
I've enjoyed being able to do roping clinics, trail clinics, go time clinics. I actually did a halter and showmanship clinic. So I have a variety of specialties to do, but I enjoy still being able to teach and just share my passion for horses and, safe horsemanship with others. That's what I think at the ultimate goal is more people will be interested in the industry when they can have safe experiences with horses.
Right. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Really, really good point. So, all right. So 50 weeks out of there, you travel. So you have 2 weeks then to rope calves and do clinics.
Yes,
The rest
sir.
of that.
Yes, sir. So actually, and I
You
stacked
have
it.
no time to ride.
No, sir, no. I stacked mine, so I actually have one a clinic this Saturday in Luling, and then I'll go to Missouri in 2 weeks for one, and then I'm like, I'm capped out, man. I can't do it. I'm done for the year. The rest, I have to have a weekend to myself, and then I already have my roping schedule written out for the fall because to try to make them, just try to make some. Draw up in some slacks on some Saturdays. And,
You got to have that. You got to have some me time. Trust me.
Oh yeah, it might be a day. It might be 2 or 4 hours. I take it where I can get it. So.
Would you say, we talked a little bit about it before, would you say that territory managers, sales reps over the road, a special breed?
Oh, very much so.
Special
Very
breed
much. It takes a special person to lead that. Every day you wake up, you're going to a different place. You're going to speak to different ones. You have to be able to handle getting emails and calls from other dealers that you're not visiting, answer questions, problem solve, and still be on the road and be face to face with others.
You never really leave.
No,
Right?
I'm still available.
If you're good at what you do, you answer your phone,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
And you're so those dealers are your family.
They are,
right?
They are.
So,
they take care of me,
so you're going to take care of them 24/7.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I don't think a lot of people realize is in this type of work, in this type of job, there is no break, right?
Yes,
until you just decide to walk back away from it for a little bit and like, you know what, I got to check out for a minute, right?
Yeah, it is a different level of being able to manage your time and being able to be responsive for others. It takes a lot. It's heightened. The sales, outside sales in particular, it takes a lot of grit and a lot of self-drive to be able to handle it.
No, it does. It does. Wake up every morning and like you said, you don't know if you're going to be in Houston, Texas, or Baton Rouge, Louisiana, right?
Oh yeah, no, I have an idea of where I need to go, but if somebody calls me, like I've changed my territory map from a call on the Friday night, hey, I need this, showed up, or I want to do this, and I'm swapping my dealer days. If I don't have appointments set, I'm going. So the only time that I've ever been in a bind was I was going to stick to my territory map and go across Louisiana, and a hurricane came in and I had to turn around. So I was like, this is not, I made it.
That'll detour.
That'll detour. I was like, you know what? I really want to be able to get home. I don't know how long this is going to take. So I was like, I made sure, it was some rough driving, but I got home. That's the only time I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, I was not going to make it through that.
I think we've all had trials and tribulations traveling the road like that.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I will. And that's one thing. I'm very blessed to be in the South. Like, really and truly, that the hurricane's so infrequent. Can get through the rain. That's no problem. We've been so dry for the past 2 years in Texas.
Right.
The rain has been just a blessing.
Boy, it has.
So it's majority pleasant weather.
Texas looks good in green.
It does. It does.
Texas looks real good in green. To see those cows out there, not belly deep, but halfway belly deep in grass and just fat and happy. That's a good thing.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign. All the rain just breeds the mosquitoes and horse flies for me. So I still am busy with fly spray, and so I love it.
Plenty of Farnam products to go around.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hey, so I want to reach out. Today's show being sponsored by Ranch Texas Farm and Ranch Real Estate, ranchtexas.com. Go check out our listings, guys. That we're getting more and more big ranches for sale. It's time to buy dirt, guys. I talk about it all the time, but I'm telling you, interest rates are probably going to go back up. So if you are in investing mode right now, you need to look at what's out there. So ranchtexas.com, love to help you all out. Other sponsors that always do a great job for us: Rodeo Rigs out of Montana, Laredo Conversions out of Weatherford, Texas, the Cowboy Roundup out of Wyoming, and of course everybody's favorite hat box, the Beaver Box out of Oklahoma. We'll be chatting with them real soon, and everybody can find out on where to get the Beaver Box. So once again, I would love to thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
You.
Thanks to this lady today. It's always cool to find somebody that is on the same wavelength, because I've done it, right? I've traveled like yourself and loved it. Still love doing it. And there's times I miss it. There's a lot of times I miss it. So I can appreciate what you do. So thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure. So like we always do, we're going to sign off with Let Her Buck, keep it Western. We'll see y'all next week.